Good morning, students. I am PR Chagule from Computer Engineering Department. In the last few lectures of the object-oriented programming, we were learn our Unit 1 and Unit 2 of the object-oriented programming. Now, in this lecture, we are going to start our next unit, that is Unit 3 of object-oriented programming, that is extending classes using inheritance. In this unit, we will see what is an exactly inheritance concept is. In the first unit, we were discuss about the basic of inheritance concept. What is an inheritance is. But now in this unit, we will see the detail of inheritance concept. That means how inheritance is applied in the object oriented programming. What are the different types of inheritance present in C++ and how actual inheritance is operated? We know that inheritance is the capability of one class to inherit properties from another class. Means inheritance in C++ is a technique of organizing information in a hierarchical form. It is like a child inheriting the features of its parents. Inheritance is like child inheriting the features of its parents. That means in a C++, inheritance is a process in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of its parent object automatically. In such a way, you can reuse or extend or modify the attributes and the behaviors which are defined in other class. That is an inheritance. First, we will see some basics of inheritance. In that, first point is the introduction to the inheritance. This figure shows the inheritance concept. See this figure? This figure demonstrates the concept of inheritance. First, we will see what is the definition of the inheritance. Inheritance is the capability of one class to inherit properties from another class. Inheritance in C++ is a technique of organizing the information in a hierarchical form. And it is like a child inheriting the features of its parents. That means the capability of a class to derive the properties and the characteristics of another class is called as inheritance. And we know that the inheritance is the one of the important feature of the object oriented programming because the inheritance provides the code reusability. And the inheritance concept or inheritance technique organize the information in hierarchical structure or in a tree structure. It is a like structure like child-parent relationship. Here, child inherits all the properties, all the features of the parent class. Here in this figure, vehicle is an parent class and car, bus, truck are the subclasses or the child classes which copies the basic attributes, basic functions of the parent class. The child class inherits the properties of the parent class. Here in this figure, vehicle is an parent class and car, bus, truck are the different types of vehicles. So that are the child classes of the parent vehicle class. And these child classes inherits all the properties of the parent class, that is a vehicle. This is an inheritance. Inheritance is a form of software reusability in which new classes are created from the existing classes by absorbing their attributes and behavior. Means inheritance provides the code reusability feature in which a new class is created from the existing class by absorbing, by copying their attributes and behavior. And the parent class we called as a base class, and new class is called as derived class. There are multiple names for the base class. For the base class, we called as a parent class or the super class. And the derived class, we called as a child class or new class or a subclass. Here, child class or the subclass or the derived class inherits the properties of the base class. The technique of building new classes incorporating the properties of existing classes is known as inheritance. This process of creating a new class by using the properties of the existing class we called as an inheritance. In this figure, this is an base class which having the features x, y, z, and this one is the new class, that is derived class, which copies, which absorbs the properties or the features of the base class. Here are the features of the base class, and new features are also be added into the derived class. In short, inheritance is a process by which object of one class acquires properties of object of another class. In object-oriented programming, in inheritance, one object copies the attributes or the copies the properties of another object. Here, object of one class copies the properties of object of another class. Inheritance is an important feature of object-oriented programming. Inheritance can be described as the process of creating new class that we called as a derived class from the existing class we called as an base class. Means new inheritance is the process of deriving a new class from existing class. The new class we called as a derived class or child class or subclass, and a parent class we called as a superclass or the base class. There are two classes in inheritance: base class and derived class. Base class is an old class, existing class. We also called as an superclass or parent class. And next category is the class derived class. We called as a derived class is also called as a subclass or a child class, which derives, which copies the properties of the base class. This is the process of inheritance. A derived class in the inheritance may be itself be a base class from which additional classes are derived. There is no specific limit on the number of classes that may be derived from one another, which forms a class hierarchy. There is no specific limit in the inheritance that how many classes are derived from the one class. This is also the example of inheritance where fruit is an base class, and from that base class multiple derived classes are created like apple, orange, banana, pineapple. These are the derived classes. These derived classes copies the attributes or the properties of the base class. Base class having some common properties that can be absorbed by the derived classes. There are two terminologies present in the inheritance, that is a subclass and superclass. What is the subclass? Subclass we called as an child class or derived class or the new class. The class that inherits from another class we called as an subclass or derived class or a new class, or we also called as an child class. And next one is the superclass. The class whose properties are inherited by the subclass is called as base class or a superclass. This is the basic introduction to the inheritance. In short, inheritance is the one of the important concept in object-oriented programming. That is, inheritance allows us to define a class in the terms of another class, which makes it easier to create and maintain an application. This also provides an opportunity to reuse the code functionality and fast implementation time. When creating a class, instead of writing completely new data members and member functions, the programmer can designate that the new class should inherit the members of existing class. This existing class we called as an base class, and the new class is referred as an derived class. This is an inheritance concept. Next, we will see why and when to use the inheritance concept. We know that in C++, inheritance is a process in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of its parent object automatically. And there are two terms in C++ that are subclass and superclass. Subclass means derived class or child class, and superclass means parent class. Consider this example for the inheritance concept. There is a group of vehicles. You need to create a class for bus, class for a car and truck. Consider a group of vehicles are there. You need to create a classes for the bus, classes for the car and classes for the truck. The methods are, or the functions for that class are fuel amount, capacity, apply brakes will be same for all of the three classes. There are three methods, three functions: fuel amount, capacity and apply brakes. These are the three methods are common to the all three classes, that is bus, car and truck. These are the three common functions that are used for the three different classes. If we create these classes avoiding inheritance, then we have to write all these functions in each of the three classes as shown in figure. If we create the classes not using the inheritance concept, then we want to write three different classes by using three different functions. Each class having its own methods. That is, the class bus can have a fuel amount, capacity, apply brakes, all these functions. Next, we want to write another class, that is a car class, that is also having a three different methods. And next, another class is that truck. If I not using the inheritance concept, then at that time I want to write again that three methods in that particular class. So if we are not using the inheritance concept, then same functions I want to write into these three different classes. You can clearly see that above process results in duplication of same code three times. That means here we write the three different times the all the methods. So this increases the chance of error and data redundancy. So to avoid this type of situation, inheritance is used. If we create a class vehicle, suppose if we create a class vehicle and write these three functions in it and inherit the rest of the classes from the vehicle class, then we can simply avoid the duplication of data and increase the reusability. Look at this figure in which the three classes are inherited from the vehicle class. Using inheritance, we have to write the functions only one time instead of three times, as we have inherited the rest of the three classes from the base class, that is a vehicle. If we are using the inheritance concept in this situation, then here if we create one class that is a vehicle, and in that vehicle class we are writing three different methods, and then again the three classes that are absorbs the properties, that is the functions of a vehicle class. Here simply we create inheritance, simply we create a one class that is a vehicle. In vehicle class we are going to write the methods, and once the vehicle class is completed, that class is inherited by the three different classes, that is bus, car and truck. So inherited classes can absorb the functions and the properties of the base class, that is a vehicle. This is the use of inheritance. Simply, inheritance process avoids the duplication. In this case, when we are not going to use the inheritance concept, then at that time, each class we want to write the different functions. But when we are going to use the inheritance concept in a C++, then once we want to define a one class and add the functions to that particular class, then when we are going to inherit the different classes, then each inherited class absorbs or copies the all the functions of the base class. This is an inheritance is. Next we will see what are the different types of inheritance. There are different types of inheritance are present in C++. In OOP, it is possible for a base class to have one or many derived classes, and for one derived class to have many or one base classes. That means in the object-oriented programming, it is possible that there is an one or more base class and one or more derived class. So here different types of inheritance occurred in C++. Means this gives us different forms of inheritance as explained below. There are different types of inheritance like single inheritance, multiple inheritance, hybrid inheritance, multi-level inheritance and hierarchical inheritance. These are the 5 types of inheritance present in C++. Depending on the structure, depending on the number of base classes and derived classes, the inheritance is categorized into these different types. Let us see these types of inheritance one by one. First is a single inheritance. This figure shows the single inheritance. Single inheritance is defined as the inheritance in which a derived class is inherited from the only one base class. That means in a single inheritance, there is an one base class and one derived class. Here A is the base class and B is the derived class. That means in a single inheritance, there is an one base class and one derived class. That means in a single inheritance, a class is allowed to inherit from only one class. That is, one subclass is inherited by one base class only. In single inheritance, there is an one base class and one derived class. Next type of inheritance is the multi-level inheritance. This figure shows the structure of multi-level inheritance. There are multiple levels are available in this type of inheritance. So, this type of inheritance is called as multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is a process of deriving a class from another derived class. There are different levels occurred in this type of inheritance. That means in this type of inheritance, a derived class is created from another derived class. Here, derived class C is derived from another derived class, that is B. That means here only one base class, that is A, and there are two derived classes B and C. But in that type of inheritance, different levels are occurred. That means one derived class is created by another derived class. Here B is derived class for the base class A, and here C is the derived class from another derived class, that is B. So, this type of inheritance we called as an multi-level inheritance. Next one is the multiple inheritance. Next type of inheritance is the multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance is the process of deriving a new class that inherits the attributes from two or more classes. Here, two or more base class are there and only one derived class is there. In short, multiple inheritance is a feature of C++ where a class can inherit from more than one classes. That is, one subclass is inherited from more than one base class. In multiple inheritance type, there are multiple, more than one base class, and from that multiple base classes, one derived class is created. This is an multiple inheritance. Next type of inheritance is the hybrid inheritance. The hybrid inheritance is a combination of more than one type of inheritance. Hybrid means combination. Hybrid inheritance type is the combination of more than one type of inheritance. Because observe this figure. In this figure, two type of inheritance are occurred. That are here the hierarchical inheritance is occurred, and here in the next part there is an multiple inheritance. So multiple types of inheritance occurred in this situation. So this type of inheritance is called as an hybrid inheritance. That means the hybrid inheritance is implemented by combining more than one type of inheritance. For example, this example combines the hierarchical inheritance, multiple inheritance, etc. In short, hybrid inheritance combines the more than one type of inheritance. And last type of the inheritance is the hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance is defined as the process of deriving more than one class from a base class. In the hierarchical inheritance, there is an one base class and multiple derived class. In this figure, there is an only one base class, that is A, and multiple derived class, namely B, C, and D. That means in this type of inheritance, more than one subclass is inherited from a single base class, that is, more than one derived class is created from a single base class, that is hierarchical inheritance. Next, we will see what are the advantages, benefits of the inheritance. First advantage is the inheritance permits the code reusability. By using the inheritance concept, we can reuse the defined code. That means once we define any property, any function in the base class, then by using the inheritance, we can access that property, that function in the derived class. Next, reusing existing code, it saves time and money. For the programming development, by reusing the code, it saves our time also money. By using the code reusability, we are going to save our code time, coding time, as well as money for the programming development. Next, inheritance also helps in elegant overall design of the program. In overall designing of any programming application or the program application, inheritance provides the simpler design. These are the some benefits of the inheritance. In short, the inheritance provides the advantage of code reusability feature. Means you can reuse the members of your parent class. So there is no need to define the member again. So less code is required in the class. These are the benefits of the inheritance. Next, we will see how to define a derived classes. In C++, a class is inherited is referred to as a base class. The class does not, the class that does the inherited is called the derived class. In an inheritance concept, there is an base class and derived class. Base class means old class. Base class means parent class. This is also called as a super class. And there is another one class, that is a derived class. Derived class means which inherits the properties of the base class. The derived class we also called as a subclass or a child class. and the derived class can be defined by specifying its relationship with the base class. The pictorial representation of a single inheritance is shown below figure. In this figure, the simple single inheritance is demonstrated, where there is an one base class and one derived class. Here are the some examples of this type of inheritance. That means here is an consider this example. The base class is shape, and from that base class we can derive the multiple classes as circle, triangle and rectangle. These are three different shapes. These are the three different derived classes created by using the base class shape. There is an another one example, that is employee is the base class. Here base class is the employee and derived class are the engineer, teacher and clerk. These are the derived classes from the employee class. Again there is an another one example, that means student is considered, the student is an base class and derived classes are the undergraduate, postgraduates. Means by using the student class we can derive the two different classes, or the student class is categorized among undergraduate and postgraduate. These are the some examples of the inheritance. Let's see how to define a derived class. When a class inherits another, then the member of a base class becomes the member of a derived class. That means when a particular class inherits into the another class, then at that time the members of the base class becomes the members of the derived class. That means simply the derived classes absorbs derived classes, copies the derived classes, inherits all the properties, all the functions of the base class. Means when you are deriving any class from another class, at that time that derived class contain the all the properties, functions of the base class. The syntax of derived class definition is as follow. There is an one syntax for a deriving class, that is first we want to use a class keyword, then there is an derived class name, then after that there is an colon, next there is an visibility mode, and after visibility mode there is an base class name. Here visibility mode, that means access specifier, that is either private, protected or public. We know that there are three types of access specifiers defined in C++: public, private and protected. Here we want to choose any one of the access specifier, and within the body of the class there is an members of a derived class. For example, here is an base class that is named base. Base is an one base class. How to define a derived class? Class, derived class name. What is the derived class name? For example, here I gave the name as derived 1. Then after that there is an colon. Then next visibility mode, that means access specifier. Here private derivation is shown. Here by using the private keyword I derived the class, and then next base class name, and here the members of the derived class. Again another one class is derived, that is a derived 2 by using the public derivation. That means here I use the public visibility mode. How to do? Class keyword, then after that derived class name, colon, access specifier and base class name. This is the example of how to derive a class in a C++. That means in the above shown syntax, the keyword is an class. The keyword is an class. The derived class name, which is user defined name for a new class. Derived class name. Here, class is an keyword. Derived class name is an user defined name for the new class. Then next one is the colon. That means the colon indicates that the derived class name is derived from the base class name. Here colon represents the derived class is derived from the derived from the base class. Then next, the visibility mode. The visibility mode is the optional, and if no access modified is present, then visibility mode is the private by default. That means when you are not specify the visibility mode, at that time it considered the private visibility mode by default. And if written, then it must be either public or private. And the base class name is the existing class name. This is the syntax for deriving a class. Okay, thank you.